Hello, welcome to the Rustic by Nature channel. Today I'm going to reseason some of my cast iron. The product I'll be using today is something I haven't tried before. This is called Crisbee's. It has soybeans, beeswax, palm oil, and natural and artificial flavors. We went and got the apple pie. I'm not sure if it's scent or a flavor. I really hope it doesn't make the food taste like apple pies. But we're going to give it a shot. Some of my cast iron is still really doing good, but there's kind of like in the back of this one here, there's a buildup, and I just want to get it cleaned up, redo it. So this one's, you can see just really built up on the back. It's been a long time since I've cleaned them, reseasoned them, and most of them are that way. This one here, actually, I've been having trouble keeping the seasoning on this one, so I'm hoping just to redo it all and see how it turns out. About 2 weeks ago I had done a couple more of our pieces, and I used just vegetable oil, so I'm also kind of hoping to see the difference in how they both turn out, the Crisbee's towards regular vegetable oil. So it actually is late at night. I'm getting ready to go to bed, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these in the oven on the self-cleaning of the oven and go to bed. When these things get cleaned, there's something, I don't know, the burning of the seasoning that's already on them ends up burning my eyes, so I figured if our eyes are closed while we're asleep, it'll work just fine. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to stick them in the oven, and we'll see how they turn out in the morning. Okay, so all the cast iron is now in the oven. The oven is on. I've got the broil set, the door is locked, and it's heating up. I also have turned on the overhead fan and have it on low just to help get some of the fumes out of the house. Take a look at it in the morning. Okay, so it's the next morning, and I've pulled all the cast iron out. There's this white powdery residue over everything, kind of like what I expected. So what I plan on doing now is I'm going to go ahead and take them into the sink, and I'm going to wash them, or I should say scrub them down with water and my fingernail brush. I've already got the oven back on at 250 degrees. Once they're clean to my satisfaction, all the powdery residues off, I will stick them back in the oven so that the heat will evaporate the water off them quickly and they won't rust. Okay, so the next step after you pull them out of the oven from being dried is, according to the steps for Crisbee, is you put it in the oven at 200 degrees for 30 minutes to preheat the pan. And then after that you go ahead and spread on the Crisbee, and then you wipe off the excess and put it back in the oven at 400 degrees for an hour.
An hour.
And then you can repeat that process up to 3 times.
Oh, you're gonna have me do this, huh?
Yeah.
Great. I've never done this before.
Do you want to hold the pan?
That would be great. Hold on.
Okay.
Edit.
Okay. It does smell like apple pie. And it's, I mean, vaguely. What do you think, honey?
It smells fine.
Oh.
Doesn't smell waxy.
So when you put it in the oven, you put it upside down. I can only assume that's to let all the excess that you didn't wipe off run down.
I need help.
Okay, give me just a minute. Put on your plate. Give me a minute.
It's cold.
It's okay.
Put it on.
Let's do it.
Okay, I'm going to double check, make sure I got everything.
Yeah, back side a little bit from the handle. This outer part.
You.
Alright. And that's all there is to it. So now I'm going to stick it back in the oven.
400 degrees this time.
Yep. For an hour. Okay, so I completed all the steps that Crisbee recommends. I've coated them 3 times. I've got some blotchiness. I don't know if you can pick it up in the video or not. Yeah, you can see it. And I'm not sure why I was doing this, but when I would put the next coat on, it would be more attracted to that area. You can just see it in there now. Like this pan looks pretty good, but this one's really bad. And I don't know if it'll make a difference or not. We'll go ahead and try it. We'll cook with it. And I do need to note that Crisbee's did not send this to me. I bought this on my own. And I will have a link to it below in my description. I do want to mention also that even though we put these in the oven on a cleaning cycle just before we went to bed, it did create a lot of smoke, and I'm not sure if it was because we had a lot of buildup on the pans, but it was enough to actually wake my wife up and open up windows. So recommendation would be either not do so many or do it when you can have the windows open. And I also did notice that the first 2 applications it did smoke, and the 3rd application did not. According to the directions, you're to continue to recoat these things after each use, and so I will continue to do that also, and I will come back with an update to see how it is working out. At the beginning of the video, I had mentioned how I wanted to do a side-by-side between the vegetable oil coating and the Crisbee coating. This is one that I did about a month ago. We have used it a couple times. I used vegetable oils for this one, or olive oil, and this one is Crisbee's. Now, I like the product. I think I went through quite a bit of it, but time will tell. I'll So here's our cast iron display. The only one that we have not seasoned lately is that one right there, and its lid is up here at the top. Oop, right there. Everything else has been reseasoned within the, just now or the last month. So if you enjoyed this video, please click the thumbs up button and be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching.